This is absolutely diabolical advice, and I might delete this later because it is so diabolical. This is about splaying the system that we're literally witnessing crumble before our eyes right now. And this comes from my personal experience, okay? I have done a lot of research into these things, and I have two very real personal experiences with what I'm about to share with you. If you want to get out of a lease and it's with a management company or an apartment complex that you cannot stand and you feel stuck in the lease, this is not financial or legal advice, but if you want to be diabolical, the way to get out of it is to stop paying rent, let them evict you. They literally cannot evict you physically without a court order, and before there's a court order issued, you have to go in front of the judge and you have to mediate with the company, okay? They can't just kick you out because you didn't pay rent. They can't just kick you out for any reason, okay? There's a legal eviction process that every landlord has to follow. A lot of people don't know this, and landlords can get away with scaring you to pay or leave because a lot of people don't know that this is an actual legal process. They have to file an eviction lawsuit, and a sheriff has to come legally evict you from the property, but after you go in front of a judge. So you have a hearing in front of a judge, and the judge will order you to mediate with the landlord. This is where and how you can get out of the lease, okay? So step by step, what's gonna happen is you don't pay rent. They email you, they call you, what's going on, why are you not paying rent? I mean, you don't have to tell them, or you could just make up a lie. If you're not paying rent long enough, they will put a notice on your door. They have to give you a 10-day notice, and it actually has to be served correctly according to the law. And if it's not, it can get thrown out in court, and then you have to go through the whole process again. I literally experienced this past summer because there were habitability issues with the place I was living, like moth infestation. Anyways, 10-day notice, okay? So you have 10 days to move out. You have 10 days to fix the problem. You have 10 days to pay your rent, or you have 10 days to move out. If you don't, then they have to file a lawsuit with the courts. Then you get a date for a hearing. This is so diabolical. You go in front of the judge. The judge at first is going to order you to mediate with your landlord, which is come to an agreement of, okay, I'll pay you this amount if you drop the lawsuit. Or if there's issues with the property and that's why you're not paying, like that was my experience over the summer. There were serious issues with habitability of the place. A broken window, the broken AC, a moth infestation. So I had a reason to countersue and be like, yeah, you can't evict me. You need to fix these problems. That's why I'm not paying rent. Anyways, if you just want to get out of the situation, you can settle and say, I'll pay my rent if you let me break my lease with no penalty. And that's how you can get out of the lease, if they agree to that settlement. Or you can move out, because eviction is about the property. Eviction is not about payment of rent. Eviction is about the landlord having ownership of the premises. Do you get where I'm going with this? And I have another experience where this happened to me. I just moved out. I surrendered possession of the premises of the property because that's what an eviction lawsuit is. It's about possession. It's about who owns the space. So if you move out of the space, you don't own it anymore. They own it again. And they have to drop the lawsuit. And none of this will result in getting an eviction on your record. The only way you can get an eviction on your record is if a sheriff literally shows up to evict you, because y'all went through the court process and the judge ordered an eviction. But there's so much that goes down before that would ever happen. Yeah, so anyways, do with that what you will. Do your research. Fuck the system.